Welcome to Lanmoutarot. This is a general reading for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the second week of July 2019. And we start with a daily guidance oracle deck, but this is for a weekly reading, okay, folks? Let's see here. One more shuffle. And we have a card that wants to come out. Be honest with yourself. Okay, Cappies? And at the bottom, we have fresh air. We have be honest with yourself. Look into your heart and you will know the truth of the situation. It's safe to admit the truth to yourself, for we will support and guide you through any necessary changes. Lean upon us for courage and the strength to take good care of yourself. Focus only upon your true desires and they'll come to you upon angels' wings. Focus only upon your true desires so they can come to you, okay? Like the angel spirit are telling you they will come to you. And you had open air at the bottom of the deck, asking you to get out in nature and get some fresh air, okay? Let the sunlight. Here we have King of Pentacles, Earth energy for you, Capricorn. Spirit, what message do you have for a Capricorn friend? Really wants to come out here. Princess of Swords. So for you, Cappies, there we go. The Princess of Swords right underneath the be honest with yourself. There is a situation here that's requiring you to be clear, to find clarity. Okay, but not just clarity in the situation, but to be clear within yourself about what's your stance when it comes to this. Because the Princess of Air is the earthy part of Princess of Swords is a earthy part of the sword suit, and the swords is with the mental aspect, right, with the mind. So you're trying to get your mind clear here, to stand in your own authenticity, to be grounded in your truth. Okay, and right underneath here the angels are telling you to be honest with yourself, to be clear about what you want. Focus only on what your true desires are. The truth is very important here, your own truth. Okay, so you can be that King of Pentacles. Okay, and the King of Pentacles is a material king, is a wealthy king of the zodiac, right? He's done well for himself, he's achieved, he's getting all the rewards that he can get, right? And here we are, especially in matters of work, right? Finances. There is something here that Spirit is asking you to really be honest with yourself, to stand in your own truth, so we can get to hear the world. Okay, so we can get here to the world, so we can complete that cycle, so we can get to that process. Six of Swords, more truth, clarity, mental clarity, moving away from conflicting thoughts, from any kind of conflict. From the Five of Swords to the Six of Swords, it's leaving troubled water behind, moving into calmer sea. Okay, the sixes are a number of harmony, so it is again leaving the confusion, conflict, even if it's just conflict within yourself behind. That's what's at the bottom here. That's what you're facing here. In order for you to be honest with yourself, in order for you to, I like how the sword is piercing through a lotus flower here. In order for you, using your own higher mind, your own higher consciousness, to get to the bottom of what's important to you, what's your truth. Okay, and I feel like I'm going to get one clarification for you, Cappies, on the world, because the world here deals with success as well, completing a cycle successfully. Here she's dancing, she looks triumphant, she looks at ease. And the moon, okay, so, and again, the world, we deal with that circle, right? And with the moon, we also see that full moon here. That's like that circle. And here again, there's a sense of timing here I'm getting for you, Cappies. Okay, during probably around the full moon time, there's a cycle that needs to end. Something is going to come to a head for you, and I believe that full moon is in it's a full moon in Capricorn, if I remember well, that we have coming up in July. So during that next full moon, which is also a lunar eclipse, there is a cycle that needs completing here. This is a sense of time here. And yes, for some of you, it may be travel, and it may be travel that some kind. Oh, there we go. There we go. That's enough. It's maybe travel, and look at the bottom of the deck. We have judgment, and that was the Nine of Cups that wanted to come out for you. So it may be travel that has to do, that perhaps you're not expecting. Unexpected travel may be coming. Perhaps that something from the past, because we have the Judgment card here. It's Judgment Day, okay? All that truth that you're trying to, that air you're trying to clear out, that truth you're trying to bring into your own life, into your own existence, into your own consciousness, out of your subconscious, out of your higher self, that you're trying to bring to the forefront here. It's so for you to be victorious in ending that chapter, in ending that cycle, in moving on to the next thing, because there's an ending here, but it's a successful ending, an ending that's supposed to happen, okay? And it's an ending as well that it feels like it's very emotional for you, okay? Yes, it's something, and for a lot of you, it's not just a career thing. It's an ending. It's an emotional thing, because the moon is not just about intuition. It's not just about the cycle of time, right? The moon phases, but it's also about it's a feminine power. It's emotion, right? The moon deals with a lot of emotions here. And here in that, if we see the figure in the moon here, I'm looking at her. She looks almost like her shoulders are shrugged, and almost in a almost protective mode. It seems like almost her arms are crossed in front of her, like she's like this, that she's bringing herself forth for sacrifice. That's what it seems like in that red cape, and she's almost like she's coming forward to be sacrificed, the way she's crossing her arms in front of her, right? But here we have the contrast in figure. Someone who's seems very dim here, very in self-defense mode, almost it's sad, like that figure in the moon. And here we have this man who's just feeling himself. He's just like, he's not even paying attention to that guy serving him, because he's full on, like, he's just happy, okay? That guy is chagrined, but he's just like enjoying life, enjoying his meal. He knows he has all these cups. He's just a happy man, right? Perhaps a little bit too much in his ego, too much about himself, right? But nonetheless, there's a contrast here, right, between that moon card and the Nine of Cups. Something that deals with your happiness, something that deals with your wish fulfillment, that is coming to a head here. And perhaps it's about judgment about what have you been doing about your own, in dealing with your own emotion, how you've been nurturing yourself or those around you, okay? The thoughts in your mind, this truth and clarity that has been brought forth for you. What have you done for it? Because we have judgment here, and with that world, there's a cycle ending. We have 20 and 21 here on the table, okay? So it's kind of like there is judgment, and then here comes the end. And here she looks very happy. So what I'm venturing to say is, Cappies, eventually you're gonna get around to this. You're going to stand in your own truth. You get that. You're going to get that message. You're going to receive it and apply that message, okay? Because it's almost like coming out of the shadow with that moon into the light with that Nine of Cups, into that satisfaction, that wish fulfillment, fully understanding it, like literally leaving that shadow self to step into the light. That's what I'm getting here. And yes, you went through the judgment, so you did well for yourself. That's telling me you did go and allow yourself to open up, to go through that hermit phase, to really stand in your own truth, to understand what's important to you, okay? And you have a successful completion coming up here for a lot of you, Cappies, that this message is resonating with. And for those of you that are in school and this is a matter about your education, oh, look at this, new love. This is the thing about education. The same apply, okay? The same apply. Be clear about what you want to do. Before you can know exactly which path to follow in your education, you have to know who you are, and you have to know what stands for you, not what your parents told you, what not. The sites, the career aptitude site tell you would be best for you to make the most money. Stand in your truth. What's important to you, okay? Do not let fear get into it. Fear, I'm not gonna make enough money. Fear, people will talk about me. Fear, that's not what my parents wanted to me. Do not let any of that come to you. The angels are asking you to be truth upon your true desires, to focus upon your true desires, and they'll come to you upon angels' wings, okay? So it's almost like you won't even have to put that much effort, and they will come to you. Okay, and at the bottom we have attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. Yes, but the one that came out for you was new love here. It's as if there's a new cycle, there's an old cycle that's coming to an end, so that new love can come through for you, Cappies. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings, and I wouldn't be surprised, because the Prince of Swords here usually deals with sometimes with someone kind of like watching you, right? The Prince of Swords, the Princess of Swords, sometimes it's like someone that's observing, taking their time to observe. And for you in this case, it may be you finally taking the time moment to observe yourself, to observe what's important to me, to observe your patterns in relationship. For those of you that has to do with relationship, deciding, making the decision to leave behind any kind of negative pattern, any kind of negative way of connecting, of relating to another, especially in romantic situation. Okay, and so you can put an end to a certain cycle and to leave behind the anything that was like hiding in the shadow, any lies, any deceit, being too emotional or not enough, not being emotional enough, right? Not focusing too heavily onto that feminine energy that can be manipulative, okay, in certain way, and leaving that behind to really go towards your wish fulfillment, because your happiness. That's the Nine of Cups here for you, and it seems like there is a day of judgment is coming. It's like spirit is pushing you towards this, okay? It's like the day of reckoning is here. It's like, okay, we need to do something here. It's decision time, right here. What are you gonna do? And here she's very happy in that World Cup to put an end to that old chapter, to start a new, and the new love will come right after. Once you make that decision, when you stand in your own truth, it's like everything changes. Like the new love that you want, like it says here, it will come to you on Angel's Rings. I hope this message resonated with you, Cappies, and come back next week for the next set of reading. Thank you for your continued support. And remember, as always, love is the only answer. Thank you, Cappies. Bye.